I bottled it. Didn't pull any punches.
So 25.
Just deciding who gets the advantage of throwing first here.
That's outside the 25, so Mark has won the ball. First leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
So Walsh v Komula, yeah, last year was a season from hell, in Walsh's own words. Financial problems, bereavements, complete with a loss of form. Nightmarish time on the board from Walshy. Not the player that we've come to expect or had done over the last few years. Tough to come back from. He said it was as hard coming back from his various problems last year that beset him as it was coming back from dartitis. And there's not many that come back from dartitis, just to put that in context.
140.
Meanwhile, by contrast, Jarkko Komula, the 27-year-old from Tampere in Finland, reached a World Cup semi-final with Jani Haavisto as his teammate back at the start of last year.
85.
Having beaten Mark Walsh in the first round, then went to lose 4-0 to Simon Whitlock in round 2 at Ali Pali. He took part in the European qualifiers here last night and beat Antonio Alsina 6-3 and Robert Marijanovic 6-3. And the winner of this one will be playing Paul Nicholson in round 2 tomorrow.
45.
Not really found their rhythm, these two, as yet. Walsh here a long way above that treble 20 bed and overcompensating there. Komula, he has got lovely throw, very little to go wrong with it. Takes his time when throwing his dart. Methodical, slow, very effective when he's playing well, but you can see already that he's a little bit frustrated that he's not finding his target. Perhaps feels it's an opportunity missed in this
100
opening leg. Walsh has only hit 3 trebles in 5 visits to the board.
$45. Mark, you require 84.
So it is the Englishman from Abbots Langley with a chance to take an early lead here. He wants double 12. Across the board to double 6 now.
78. Jarkko, you require 145.
So a chance, but a slim one for the Finn. And it just got a heck of a lot slimmer by hitting fat 1. But what can he leave himself?
121.
Well, a decent recovery. Nobody likes double 3. In fact, he may go 2 double 2, Walsh. No, he won't. He'll go straight there. First leg on the board for Special Brew.
Yes, no messing. Straight into that double 3. And when the Dutch Masters was played at the back end of last year here, you saw Jarkko have an absolutely blistering run through the tournament, beating James Wade, Paul Nicholson and Justin Pipe before losing to Brendan Dolan.
Yeah, who made it all the way to the final there, Brendan, before he lost to Kim Huybrechts, our reigning Dutch darts master. Yeah, he played some great darts, did Jarkko, particularly against James Wade. Very, very solid. It's fair to say he's not in that kind of a mood at the moment.
60.
But it can all change. Certainly against Justin Pipe in his first round match last year. It was a seesaw match. Jarkko was leading. Pipe came back from 4 legs down.
100.
Before Komula managed to close it out.
Well, it's difficult to tell what sort of mood Komula is in, really. Smiley.
Yeah, implacable, I think, is probably the word.
125.
Bit more like it from Komula, but Walsh still has the advantage here. And just find a treble. There's 1. 2 really would put him in the driving seat in this one.
99.
was actually Komula's run here last year at the end of the season. Slight rejigging of the calendar this year. It's what got him into the World Championships. And of course, we did see him lose to Simon Whitlock, as you mentioned earlier. There's Mark Walsh.
177.
Sets that up absolutely perfectly, as good as a maximum from Walshy. Komula can't finish, but he can set it up very nicely indeed. Treble 10 perhaps. Well, he went for bull.
134. Mark, you require 40.
Double top for Walshy for a 2-0 lead.
Good mark up. Can he slide one in? Too far adjustment. Double 10 now. Yes.
Gives on the second leg.
Against the throw. To go 2-0 up, Walshy.
Third leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
Well, it's fair to say, this isn't the Jarkko Komula who turned up to the NH Koningshof at the back end of last year. He has got pedigree, Komula.
140.
Runner-up in the World Masters, albeit 13 years ago. Lost to Barney in the final. World Darts Trophy semi-finalist in 2003. Been around a long time. Had his successes. But so is Walshy. One of the renowned for his floor form. Always used to struggle when it came to playing on the big stage, playing on telly. Baffled a lot of people, certainly baffled himself. Never really understood why he could take it up there as Jarkko Komula looks for a maximum.
140.
Has to settle for 140. But he did make the semi-finals of the Grand Slam. So he does have a big run in a major TV tournament under his belt, Walshy.
60.
The crowd here starting to grow nicely as people come in having knocked off work for the weekend, and it will build as the evening goes on. A complete sellout Saturday and
60.
Sunday here, which is great to see. The Dutch darts fans coming out in numbers as they always do.
'82.
Yeah, one of the more respectful crowds, the Dutch fans, perhaps not as raucous as the ones you get in Germany on the European Tour. We've still turned up in a fair array of fancy dress, though. Saw a bloke
59.
outside having a cigarette dressed as a Pink Panther.
160.
Another guy in a tutu. Standard stuff for the darts, really.
Oh, well held. Sign him up for the England cricket team, Mark Walsh.
I think he actually dropped it.
There you go, even more reasons. Sign him up for the England cricket team. Would fit in well the way they're playing at the moment.
45. Jarkko, you require 142.
Slip through his fingers.
Well, might this just stir Jarkko into life? And he's stayed there, and it's double 11 he wants.
120.
He's missed it by quite a distance.
Mark, you require 115.
Right decision to stay there on the treble 20 with the lie of the first dart. But this is a tough one for Walshy. Well, he's missed the ball by a long way. He's not going to finish it. What's he going to leave himself on?
30.
Well, that was at treble 18, and that was a long way away. It's a nightmare of a visit for Mark Walsh. And Komula, is he going to go straight at it? No, he's going to split it.
No score.
Well, that,
Mark, you require 85.
I assume he was going for double six rather than a miscount.
Well,
I believe he was going for single 6 double 8.
Yeah.
But then he's missed both a big number and got the wrong double.
45.
Well, both players there had
Yeah,
momentary
very well,
lapses
72.
as they went around the houses. Walshy there couldn't check out on double top, which really would have put daylight between himself and the man from Finland. So another chance then for Komula to get a leg on the board and get rid of that O.
Well, the fat 6
He's
was the
on
one
the
he
third
wanted
leg.
for
Jarkko
double 8.
Komula.
And once he got the double he wanted, he made
Fourth
no
leg is
mistake.
Jarkko to throw first. Game on.
That was a bit of an aberration, if we're honest with ourselves.
So against the throw then, Komula winning that, and a chance here to draw level. And Walshy will be kicking himself.
95.
Because, as we always say, there's a big difference between 3-0 and 2-1. Both physically in the scoreline and psychologically.
43.
Especially when you've had darts in hand to win that leg and increase that lead.
Certainly, although Jarkko seems to be growing a little bit into this game. Strong start to this leg. Now he's got that first leg on the board.
100.
Maybe, just maybe, we'll see the Jarkko Komula who turned up here last year and shocked Pipe and Nicholson and Wade on his way to the quarterfinals. Rather.
60.
Mark Walsh will have something to say about that. Really wants to slide in that treble 20 bear, just like that.
Yes, Mark Walsh, winner of 8 PDC ranking titles and a player who has shown that he can do it, particularly on the what we call the floor tournaments. Looking for success on some of the big stages around the world in 2014.
112.
After, as you discussed, a nightmare 2013 for him. So 92 left for Komula now. Double 16 for 2-2, so we are all square.
Fifth leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, absolute class from Komula there. No messing about, straight in the double 16.
85.
For the first ton-plus finish of the match. Seen a few today. Vandenberg with a 146 earlier on.
Is that in? Difficult to tell. It was in. Difficult to tell whether that second one was in the treble 20. Indeed it was, so a ton 40 for Komula.
$99.
Coming up next on stage here, we'll have Richie Burnett up against Jan Artut of Germany.
135.
Yeah, probably brought some support with him, Jihan. Face who's been in and around the PDC circuit for a number of years. Featured at Ali Pali in the
44.
Worlds. Richie Burnett. Well, former world champion, what more can you say? Mentor of young Jamie Lewis, who we've just seen win 6-4 against Glenn Spearing to set up a tie with Adrian Lewis.
97.
A two-time world champion. It is Paul Nicholson who awaits the winner of this one. Again, Komula beat him here last year, just a matter of months ago. Certainly hold no fear for the
103. Jarkko Uruguay, 129.
Walsh leaves himself the big one, but Komula may get a shot at the ball here himself. Needed the treble 20.
93.
Good last
Jarkko
start.
Uruguay, 170.
It's the biggest outshot of them all. And Walsh won't get it this time. He'll look to knock off as much as he can to leave himself a decent finish. Should Komula not get this 36 here. Double 18 then. To go in front for the first time in this match.
Jarkko Komula.
And take a 3-2 lead
Jarkko to throw first.
against the throw. So maybe a pivotal point in this game. At the start of the sixth leg in this first to six encounter.
Well, it looked like a bit of a snarl from Komula there. He might just have been clearing his nose.
125.
But he has upped his level. He's averaging now a shade under 90. And in the first couple of legs, he was barely getting over 80. So he's seriously upped his game in these last three legs. And look at that in the 20 bed again and again, looking for a maximum. And there it is. It's the first 180 of the match. And Jarkko Komula is getting stronger. Look at that, 10 points in the averages now.
Yes, he's really getting warmed up. Is the Finn. And down to a finish after 9 darts, so a potential 11 darter for Komula, with Walsh way back in this leg.
60. Jarkko, you require 96.
Well, he can do this in 2 darts. He took out double 18 in the previous leg. And he's got to come across for double 9.
87.
Well, he won't be too concerned with Walsh back on 256. But he would have loved an 11 darter there.
100. Jarkko, you require 9.
And he'll have 2 darts.
Double 4 then for a 4-2 lead. That's a great marker. Or just overpitched it inside.
Jarkko, you require 156.
Big outshot here for Walsh. But Komula then will be back for that double 2.
100. Jarkko, you require 4.
Jarkko Komula, just when it looked like he'd found his range, he'd found his rhythm, finishing off this leg has proved something of a bit of a trouble for him, but that double 2 means it's 4 legs in a row for Jarkko Komula. He's taken charge of this match, and Walsh is under the gun. You can see muttering to himself, not happy with his darts. The eyes closed, the head shakes. He's dropping his darts.
And just 45 on his throw to kick off this leg. Komula plodding away
100
with a steady ton.
Well, there you see it. It's the scoring power of Komula.
81.
Particularly in those first 3 visits to the board. Proved a big difference in this one so far. It ain't over yet.
60.
But Walsh knows he's got to win 4 of the next 5 legs. An average in 84. It's going to take something of a miracle to do it with that average. He has to up his game. Great adjustment from Komula there, and he's potentially stolen the darts here from Walsh. He needs to find a treble. Well, even 1 probably won't do.
60.
And none certainly won't. Jarkko Komula. He'd take a straight ton here. Leave himself Shanghai for a potential break of throat. Well, this is looking even better, because a maximum
140
would have left him tops as it is. 80 should guarantee him a shot at double top for his 5th leg in a row, and to go within 1 of a place in the second round against Paul Nicholson. And Mark Walsh has the look
80
of a beaten man.
Jarkko, you require
Yes, it's all gone a bit awry in this leg, and certainly in the last few legs. Oh, he's missed the big 20.
40.
He'll be back for double top though, should Mark Walsh not hit this big 156 checkout, which won't happen now. So Komula then 3 darts at double top to go to within 1 leg of victory and a place in the second round against Paul Nicholson.
100.
Well, it's a good last start from Mark Walsh, but you fear it may be in vain for him. In this leg, certainly.
As
Jarkko Komula
is
is getting the job done here.
It's Jarkko to throw first. Game on.
His average creeps above 90. He's back in the treble 20. It's solid, methodical,
85.
relentless stuff from the Finn. And right now, well, she doesn't have a great deal to answer back with. A 140 would be a start.
100.
Yes, Walsh will need to win the next 4 legs before Komula wins 1. Certainly is a very tall
100.
order. And Komula throwing first in this leg.
$100.
And after starting brightly, the Englishman hitting that 177 in the second leg, going 2-0 up. But since then it's all been one-way traffic
140.
in the direction of the Finn.
Certainly has. The only thing similar about these two in the last 5 legs has been the fact they've both got ill-advised earrings. Walsh's may make him look like an extra from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
140.
But it's Komula who is plundering a win here. He's looking at double 18 for a 13 darter. And Walsh, all he can do is chip away and sit back and hope. Well, that hope may be about to be snuffed out because Jarkko Komula is looking at double 18 and now he's looking at double 9. He missed it a couple of legs ago, but that's a good marker to come in for the match.
Oh,
27.
just inside.
101.
3 match darts missed from Jarkko Komula. Walsh needs treble 19 to give him a shot at double 12 to keep alive in the match, and there it
He's
is,
on the 8th
101
leg.
checkout
Mark
from
Walsh.
absolutely nowhere.
9th leg is
And Mark
to
Walsh
throw first.
lives to fight
Game on.
another leg.
Well, what a time to pull it out.
After losing 5 straight legs, you'd have probably got long odds on Walshy taking out that 101. But you never know.
100.
No, fair play to the 48-year-old. Keeping himself in it. And Komula having missed match darts.
136.
Game on again.
I said he had the look of a beaten man earlier, Walsh. But maybe he could get back in this game if he can just hold his throw.
97.
It's only a 1-leg deficit. And maybe those missed darts for the match have rattled Komula a bit.
100.
Although he has started off pretty solidly in this leg.
100.
Well, that ton just keeps it interesting for Walshy, and that treble 3 won't help Komula's cause. That's better with the second dart and with the third.
123.
Incredible recovery after the first dart, and that leaves him on a finish. And Walshy needs a treble. Needs one.
60.
Doesn't get one.
Jarkko, you require 142.
And Komula, heavy favourite to break back immediately and close out the match. 82 left. Treble 14 he wanted for tops. It's not happening.
94.
94
Jarkko, you require 144.
gives him a 2-dart outshot. Walsh has given himself an opportunity, and he's given himself another chance for another big outshot, which he takes out. 101 followed by 144, and Mark Walsh somehow is clinging on in this game.
Game on.
Absolutely incredible. At 5-2 down, he looked dead and buried, did Mark Walsh. But he's just won the last two legs in absolute superb style. And there, with a 1-4-4 to take us to 5-4. Komula does have the darts, though, needing just this one leg to win and book his place in round two. But Walshy certainly is in there and fighting.
82.
Well, there's no shaking of the head and cursing his luck anymore from Mark Walsh. He looks
22.
like a man who thinks he can win it. And Komula has just pulled out one of his worst visits to the board in the entire match at 22. Perhaps not as bad as when he busts 22, going 10-10. And Walsh has stolen the darts. And if he can get down to a finish and take it out before Komula, but back comes the Finn with 180. Well, this is anybody's Mike.
It was a slow burner, this one, I think it's fair to say, at the start, but it's really turned into an intriguing game now.
Just when you thought that Jarkko Komula had bottled it a bit after missing those match darts. And Walsh making the most of those opportunities with incredible outshots of 101 followed by 144. Then Komula pulls out that 180.
81.
Well, he is on a finish, Walshy. He's been making light of these ton plus finishes, but Komula will be looking to leave himself double top. And that is exactly what he's done. He couldn't do any more than that, Komula. He is forcing Walshy to pull another magic trick out of his bag, and he can't do it at the third time of asking.
100.
So 100 for Walsh means that Komula comes to the board, needing 40. He's already missed 3 match darts. Will he miss more? No, he won't. Huge relief from